Okay, so this is an interesting one um, on who to release, who to retire, and who to rehire. I just randomly saw it. I booted up the old Facebook because nearly 30, we still use Facebook over here. Not really, I don't really use social media, but that's beside the point. I actually saw some good things to make videos about. So let's do it. The first one is release one, and we're going on two is very hard to decide from. You wouldn't get rid of Tom Aspinall, future heavyweight champion. Technically, he is the heavyweight champion. He's interim champion. In my eyes, he is the heavyweight champion. John Jones, no. You know, it's the first time ever, I think, if John Jones retires and Stipe retires, then it's Aspinall that is the heavyweight champion. And it's the first time ever in heavyweight, I believe, that they haven't beaten someone to be heavyweight. He's just been given it, which is I don't think Tom Aspinall wants. I don't think anyone wants, really. I don't know. Depends on your mindset. If you're an interim champ, that's the whole point of being an interim champ. I mean, the complete BS. It's just a money marketing scheme to get hype around a fighter that, or a champion that isn't fighting because he's injured or he's cherry picking his last fight. I don't know. And if Tom Aspinall's the fight again, it's like, hey, he's the interim champ here. The only way it makes sense is if John Jones is injured, he was meant to fight Tom Aspinall then fought someone else, gets the interim belt, and his next fight is John Jones. That's it. The reason why I'm saying Sean O'Malley and Alex Pereira has to release one. Alex Pereira is on the latter end of his career. I think he's in his late 30s, potentially 37 or 38. How many years does he have at the top of the food chain? Is it all going to come downhill if he goes against Ankalaev, bloody Russian? Sean O'Malley's just lost. What's the chances of him actually getting his title back against Merab and Umar? I don't know. So I'm going to go based on what we have now. We have two champions and a non-champion. Sean O'Malley has a longer career than Alex Pereira, but motherfucking, I'm going to have to say Sean O'Malley. I'm going to have to release him. You can go to PFL, mate, with Jake Paul. You're probably friends with him, so have fun with that, sunshine. So we've got retire one, McGregor, Aldo, or John Jones. Realistically, Aldo shouldn't retire. It should be McGregor. He's just not fighting. But looking at it as a marketing perspective, am I excited to see Aldo fight out of John Jones and McGregor? No. He's my least favorite to see, or least hyped. He's my least hyped to see. However, I would say because he's still active and he came back and he technically won his last fight, it was complete BS. The thing is regardless you complain about McGregor, it's a McGregor fight. You know, everyone's going to be excited to see, but he has two fights. And then John Jones, who potentially has one fight. Now, if John Jones says, after Stipe I beat him, I want two fights, it's Tom Aspinall and Alex Pereira, or Alex Pereira, Tom Aspinall, then I wouldn't retire him. But if he's just going to fight Stipe and retire, get the fuck out. Jose Aldo, I'm not going to retire. It's hard. McGregor, I'm going to say John Jones. Because I don't think he'll fight Aspinall or Pereira. With McGregor, I think he has two fights that could be somewhat more entertaining than John Jones coming back, and that's Masvidal and Diaz. I think Aldo got robbed and could have had one more fight to a title fight. So, and I think he deserves to come back and actually still look so good. He doesn't deserve to retire just yet, my little Brazilian beauty. Rehire one. Francis Ngannou, Demetrius Johnson, Habib. I don't want Habib because we've got Islam. There's no point in having another Habib. They're not going to fight each other, so there's no point in that. Demetrius Johnson. No. Francis Ngannou. I think it's a pretty straightforward one. Ngannou Jones, Ngannou Aspinall, Ngannou Pereira, Ngannou Stipe, Ngannou, even Blades again. I think when it's Blades. You know, Blades? Or whatever. Nagano, Derek Lewis again. Hopefully that's not the most boring fight again. But like, there's loads of fights Nagano could have. And I prefer Nagano out of Habib, who's not going to fight Islam, and we know what Habib's done. Demetrius Johnson has an argument because the division is always going to need, when you have smaller fighters at 125, 135, you're always going to need some form of superstar there to really carry that division because they're so small. There's not that knockout power, but you know, being lighter, you may be able to do more capoeira stuff. You know, Corey Sandhagen, pretty good at that. Peter Yan, pretty good combination. Sean O'Malley, very good, but then it gets dominated by Marab and Umar. But Demetrius Johnson might be able to stop that. He has very good jiu-jitsu and grappling and wrestling, and he's an all-round amazing fighter. He is, in my opinion, him and GSP are the GOATs of UFC, not Jones. I think Jones is third. I think DC is top 5 too. But I would take Nagano just because the heavyweight division, you know, at the moment is still between Stipe and motherfucking Jones, and they're probably going to both retire afterwards. Then it's just Arsenal versus, you know, who? And Nagano would be the biggest fight for heavyweight. I don't mean like who's going to fight. There's loads of people to fight, but it's just not the biggest draw in the world at heavyweight at the moment. And Nagano would shake it up. So I would go through O'Malley. Did I say John Jones? I'll go John Jones, and then I'll rehire Nagano. Does that make sense? I think I made sense. I'm very tired. I needed to make this video. I've got 2 more videos to make. I'm so sure you're excited to see someone barely making it through a video himself just to upload content. But there we go. I'm trying to make a video a day. So, yeah.